Good morning and welcome to identifying a quality CBD supplier and emulsion technology. My name is Tim O'Neill and I am VP Europe for the SōRSE Technology Corporation. So why are you here? Infused beverages represent more than a third of the CBD category when you talk about positioning for growth. And in order to infuse beverages, we need to talk about how we do that. So you want CBD in your products. Well, that's easier said than done. You know you'll be looking for quality, a good sensory profile for the product, consistency, but also the ability to scale. These qualities are dependent on two things: the CBD or the cannabinoid supplier that you choose, and then also the emulsion technology that you choose to integrate that CBD into your beverage. So why does your CBD supplier matter? Well, number one, it's all about consumer safety. Are you making sure you're making accurate label claims? Is the product going to be stable? Is it going to be good quality? And is it going to be a consistent, safe consumer experience? The Journal of the American Medical Association recently found that of 84 products they purchased from 31 online retailers, only 31% were actually accurately labeled. That's 26 products. So what do you need from a supplier? Well, the basics: product quality confirmation, the right solution for your product, as well as adhering to safety standards and adhering to your safety standards. A bonus would be implementation, guidance and support perhaps, and also a depth of resources available to you, but also access to strategic partnerships. The CBD supplier has done the hard part. They should be able to guide you, back up their experience with documentation and evidence, and make your product development process easier and safer. Supply chain quality. Quality is king. High quality emulsions start with high quality raw ingredients. And we're talking safe ingredients. So the CBD, the active element of any emulsion, versus the non-active elements. So the emulsifiers, the ingredients, and perhaps any of the natural flavorings that are being used. Are they all food safe ingredients? Is there a suitable quality system in place? Are there product data sheets, safety data sheets, and certificates of analysis for all of the products? How are they testing? They should be doing inbound and outbound material testing. They should be doing it internally, and they should also be doing it through a third party. Let's talk about CBD types and the impact they have on the product. There are three factors that are going to impact the choice of CBD that you go for: the product application, the desired sensory profile, and the target consumer and what they're looking for from a CBD product. There are three kinds that you'll see on the market: full spectrum, broad spectrum, and CBD isolate. Full spectrum includes THC as well as other cannabinoids and terpenes. The combination of cannabinoids achieves the entourage effect. And there are also some essential vitamins in there from the whole plant extract. Broad spectrum then is similar to full spectrum, but with the THC removed. And so you still achieve the entourage effect because there'll be a number of cannabinoids as well as CBD in there. However, sometimes there's a strong taste or smell. CBD isolate is exactly as it sounds. It's isolated CBD. However, because there are no other cannabinoids, there is no entourage effect, but it is the pure form of CBD, and there is a minimal flavor profile. Safety and testing then. What should your supplier test for? Is it a third party or an internal test? And when has the testing been conducted? Is it when it was coming in, when it was made, or perhaps just before it was shipped out to you, the customer? And what have they actually tested for on that certificate of analysis? Have they tested the potency? How much CBD is there in the product? Have they tested for solvents, heavy metals, pesticides? And has it been verified independently? An example here of some of the safety standards that we at SōRSE deal with routinely. We have our own quality assurance and testing, but then we also deal with our customers' safety audits and questionnaires. And some of these supplier surveys that we go through when we're onboarding new customers can be up to 200 questions. And we have the same process in place when we source the raw materials as well. Integration and production support. You're looking for more than just a supplier. You're looking for a partner, someone that can educate your team on not just emulsions and CBD, but the wider cannabis market in general. that can offer on-site production support and also access to their network, co-mans, co-packers, etc., who are not just used to dealing with CBD, but are also used to dealing with that particular format and that emulsion, and also the team. So your supplier checklist. Can they give you cannabis flavor profile guidance? Have they got various offerings? Can they best fit for your product? Have they got a testing and quality assurance program? And have you seen the documentation to support it? Can they confirm they can offer a stable and homogeneous end product when using their emulsion? Will they give you implementation support? And ultimately, are they acting as strategic partners or simply another ingredient supplier? Why water-soluble emulsion technology? Well, the extract that you see there is entirely oil-based and it's not water-soluble, and that's going to be very hard to mix in to a beverage. So you found your CBD supplier, but CBD extracts are oils and they're challenging to work with. There can be a challenging sensory profile, a strong taste or smell. Dosage control can be extremely difficult if you're trying to integrate an oil-based extract into a beverage. And also reliable and repeatable consistency and duration of experience for the consumer can be entirely unpredictable if you're using oils and you aren't able to dose accurately between units. Oils can be difficult to manufacture with, and labeling can also be tricky, labeling can also be tricky when you aren't perhaps sure how much CBD there is between units. What is water-soluble emulsion technology? Well, an emulsion is a transformation and dispersion of minute droplets from one liquid into another, which is not soluble. Emulsions are not new for product developers using tricky ingredients. However, they are not all created equal. Some of the water-soluble formats and applications you may see, you'll see liquids, powders, and agglomerated powders. Liquids are best suited to ready-to-drink beverages and are easy to integrate. Powders, perhaps best for edible products, baked goods, that sort of thing. But agglomerated powders are particularly interesting because the way they're structured, they're designed to break the surface tension of a liquid, and so they're really well suited to things like ready-to-mix beverages, things like stick packs. When you start evaluating emulsions, you've probably got some preset goals. You already know what desired effect, qualities, and services you're looking for. What's the flavor profile of the emulsion? Do you want it to be clean or earthy? Do you want an entourage effect? No. What about dosage? Do you want to be able to microdose into the beverage, or are you looking for something where you can go for a really high milligram of CBD? Product certifications. Do you want it to be organic, vegan, kosher perhaps? Production needs and additional support. What do you need to help you to integrate that emulsion into your beverage? These 5 components are interlinked and will really inform your evaluation process. Sensory, what do we mean? Well, we mean taste, smell, and mouthfeel. Sensory is arguably the most important aspect of a product. If it doesn't smell good, no one will taste it. And if it doesn't taste good, no one will buy it. For beverages, the consumer experience obviously is make or break. And stability of the emulsion is absolutely key to this consistency. Stability equals homogeneity in the final product, which equals accurate dosing between units. And that accurate dosing is the key to consistent consumer experience. This stability is entirely reliant on the quality of the emulsion technology that's being used. Premium water-soluble solutions will have a consistent particle size. They'll have up to 12 months stability and homogeneity. They'll have a balanced density once it goes into a beverage. You'll be able to do accurate dosing, supported by accurate documentation, and there'll be great testing and supporting data to prove all of this. Other solutions will have varied and inconsistent particle size, perhaps only 3 to 6 months stability, and then that results in creaming, ringing, sedimentation, perhaps flocculation, clumping in finished products. This leads to inaccurate label claims because the amount of CBD in the product may not actually be accurate. Poor stability can lead to scalping, so the leaching of CBD into can liners. All this leads to reduced shelf life. And this is where usually potency has been prioritized over stability. It's relatively easy to create a highly potent emulsion which has really poor stability. You want to be able to scale with confidence. And if it's easy to incorporate, it's easy to scale. Emulsion should be able to be incorporated into a product like any other ingredient. This allows for integration into almost any product format, small batch to commercial scale production, and simple instructions for co-mans with less room for error, especially since it may not be possible at the moment to be able to travel to see your co-man. What you're looking for is one-step integration. Step one, drop it in, and then is no step two. So you have a perfected, repeatable process and no additional equipment is needed. This is what we mean by seamless integration. A word then to nanotechnology or nano encapsulation or nanoparticles. A nano is a term widely seen in the CBD industry, and it refers to the size of the particle. Small particle size is what makes emulsions easy to scale, although if they're too small, there are some inherent risks. Nano is not recognized as safe by the FDA in the US. Nano, due to its particle size, may require additional testing and some reformulation if there are changes in the rules. Nanoparticles in food and beverages in the UK and the EU are in themselves classified as novel foods. And so if your CBD supplier is pursuing a market authorization for CBD as a novel food, as they should be in both the UK and the EU, they should also be pursuing in parallel a market authorization for nanoparticles. Not all nano emulsions are clear, and not all clear emulsions are nano. A nano emulsion does not mean higher bioavailability. So, what is the water-soluble solution that you're looking for? Well, micellar and liposomal formation is the one to look for. It's the physical ordering to isolate the oils from the water phase. And that means protection of the oils from oxidation and scalping, a reduced sensory profile. Microemulsions means a larger particle size. They may require density balancing and increased opacity, but microemulsions can produce all natural and organic versions. To summarize then, from an emulsion provider, the emulsion should be safe, food-grade ingredients. Once it's mixed into your beverage, you're looking for homogeneity and long-term stability. You're looking for an improved sensory profile over using oil-based cannabis extracts. You're looking for accurate dosing so you can make accurate label claims and you can accurately dose in the manufacturing phase. And you're looking to be able to scale using that emulsion and it not be a constraint in your manufacturing process. Thank you very much for your time. I'll now answer any questions anyone may have. If you have any follow-up questions, you can either use the QR code there to get in contact with us, or you can use the contact details on your screen now. Thank you very much for listening.